Sacramento is known as the City of Trees and the Farm to Fork capital. But trees aren't everywhere in the city. Our Brendan Minchef is here and explains the efforts underway to change that. Brendan?
Yeah, well, when you think about trees, what comes to mind? Probably palm trees along the Pacific coastline or maybe the evergreen forests of the Sierra Nevada. But trees in and around urban areas like Sacramento are just as important for many reasons.
So trees are really important in urban areas for really comes down to three reasons. The first is just really human health and well-being. And the second thing that trees provide is really a lot of social health and well-being. So we actually see places that have more trees, people are more connected. They trust one another a bit more. And the third is really when we start thinking about trees in cities, it brings up questions of equity and distributional equity primarily. South Sacramento has far fewer trees than other parts of Sacramento, for example.
Inequity in trees and green spaces might not be something we often think about. Trees are just there, right? Well, not necessarily.
And those areas were disinvested in, meaning they didn't get the trees, the parks, the green spaces more generally, and in fact, got a lot more of the big box stores, got a lot more of the freeways, got more of the industrial facilities, which seals up the ground.
And despite never before seen investment in urban forestry as part of the Inflation Reduction Act, it's not as easy as just showing up and putting a tree in the ground.
We've seen that actually backfire. What we really need to be doing at the core here is trying to engage these communities directly in understanding what their needs are and finding out how these trees could help address those needs.
Yet, as we all know, trees need water. And in a state like California, which suffers from highly variable climate and extended periods of drought, can we afford more trees from a water budget perspective?
We need to be thinking about the right tree in the right place. And that doesn't just mean planting cactuses, it really doesn't.
Ultimately, trees have been around forever. So why the renewed interest in urban forestry right now?
It really comes down to an intersection of the climate crisis, of all the challenges we're seeing in cities and communities with flooding, with heat waves, and it comes down to historic injustices that have been in place for a very long time and trying to find ways to right those past wrongs. And I know Sacramento is going to be front and center with this.
So trees bring a multitude of benefits, as you just heard, health-wise, social-wise. And it's no surprise that Sacramento, the city of trees, is a leader when it comes to urban forestry. Now, if you want to see the full cut of that story, you can go to our YouTube page or our website, abc10.com.
And it's also true, and I think you've reported on this, that when we have a lot of trees in a certain area on a hot day, it really brings the temperature way down.
Yeah, it does. And that's one of those health benefits is when you have that shade, places you can go, the concrete heats up. Urban concrete jungles, right? Downtown areas can be very hot. And so trees can really help to mitigate that.